We're live. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jeff Gibby. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off for a session of TickerTalk. My guest is Sunny Harris today. Before we get started, I am going to read a legal disclaimer. Maverick, welcome to the room. I'm glad. Thank you for confirming the audio works well. As always, Greg, say hello as you come in. If you have questions you want me to ask Sunny, type them in the chat. But I want to remind you, today's demonstration is designed to instruct you on using Metastock and the accompanying software plugins. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell any securities, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading securities. Metastock, the Traders Forum, their employees, and their guest speakers disclaim all liability for investment decisions based on the use of the software, trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Metastock, the Traders Forum, LLC, and their employees and their guest speakers do not endorse the purchase of a security. They're not paid for the promotion of a security. No information contained in the presentation today should be construed as investment advice or the solicitation to buy a security. Aloha, Gary. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. We had a little bit of a late start. Doesn't matter too much if you're joining us online from YouTube, but apologize for that. We actually kind of got everything working. Everybody sounds great, hopefully. And let's kind of go ahead and just kind of get started. Do want to talk a little bit about our guest speaker. If you caught our last conversation, you know Sunny has been trading for 40 plus years in the market. She's the developer of the incredible SunnyBands system. She's the author of 8, maybe 9 at this point books, and the only trader I've known who's actually saved $1 million by not trading. So today we're going to go a little deeper. We're going to talk about how she finds the best trades, how her indicators work, her thoughts on psychology. I think she's probably got some strong opinions there, and maybe even what her Yorkshire Terrier thinks of market corrections. So grab some popcorn. As you probably know, this is a little bit more of a podcast, longer form, and so welcome if you like this kind of an event, or even if you like other just more class-centric events. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube to like and subscribe. It helps a great deal. As we kind of talk to Sunny, I just want to kind of give her information up front. You can find Sunny at moneymentor.com. You can call her at 760-908-3070. After market hours, please, that's her cell phone. You can find her on X, Sunny J. Harris, and Sunny at moneymentor.com. So without further ado, Sunny, welcome to the event. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
And before we kind of do actually finish, I also wanted you to join our community. So if you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't joined our community yet, we have all kinds of fun events like this one. We have a chat room that's open where you can come share ideas and talk about trades. You can learn about the markets. It's totally free to join, www.thetradersforum.com. And I think that's where I'll stop that. Sunny, it's a little bit of a tradition for us to start our Ticker Talks with a dad joke. Do you like dad jokes?
I love dad jokes.
Okay, that's great. I've got one ready for you.
All right.
How much does a rainbow weigh?
I have no idea.
Well, they're pretty light.
Oh, boy. Well, okay.
And we're off. Sunny, welcome to the show.
I saw a great rainbow the other day. I've been going back and forth to Mexico recently.
Yeah.
And I had on my polarizing sunglasses, and there was a full rainbow in one from the sun. It was just one stripe coming down that was all the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, that sounds amazing. You've been to Mexico. So how many times have you been to, I know back in March, I think you told me, around March.
Yeah, I've been going every few weeks. I've been going since March.
Good. You deserve that. You've put such a lot of time and effort into the room and the stuff that you're doing. I'm glad you've been able to kind of get down there. Is there a particular part of Mexico you like?
I go to Rosarita Beach. I'm renting a condo down there, and it's just lovely. We're right on the ocean. The ocean breeze comes into the room. I feel healthier when I'm down there. It's just amazing.
The beach is calling me. I haven't been down to the beach this year at all. Not anywhere. I should get on there. Well, okay. One of the things I really kind of respect about kind of like what you do is kind of you do futures tradings in the main indexes. And one of the things that I've been kind of paying attention with you is kind of you've been putting out some projections in Facebook in terms of what you'd expect on the markets in targets.
Yeah, Substack.
Yeah, you've got a Substack too as well.
Yeah.
Is there a link that I can give if people want to join the Substack?
Sure. It's tcrgsunny.substack.com.
TCRG.
And that's TCRG was the magazine that I published for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Traders Catalog and Resource Guide. So TCRG Sunny.
Okay. And that's just at substack.com.
Yes.
Okay. I'll type that down. Okay, good. All right. Can I ask you what obviously we're kind of at the point of the market where we're kind of up at new highs.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you to kind of talk about your general market overview? What are you kind of expecting in the near term?
I'm expecting a little bit of a downdraft. We have a SunnyBands sell signal on the Dow, and
here I can
kind of tentative right here.
Did you want to share your screen, or I can share mine? I've got it ready.
Yeah, you go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, here we go. So I've got these beautiful indicators attached right here. Here's the Dow. So here's your sell signal I think you're talking about.
That's right.
Okay. And so what are you kind of expecting? Like a little bit of a pullback to the middle?
Yeah, I expect it'll pull down to the purple and gold lines are called my DMA, Dynamic Moving Average. And I'm expecting it to pull down to the gold line.
Okay, I gotcha. Does yesterday count?
Yesterday counts.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Let's kind of talk a little bit about your trading process and your market approach.
Sure.
You said last time when we talked, you talked about a lot about how you day trade the S&P and the S&P mini and the Dow contracts. You also talked a little bit about that you like to swing trade stocks. Can I have you talk a little bit about your stock selection process? How do you identify what stocks you want to trade?
The stocks I trade are almost all things that I use and I'm familiar with. So I use Google. I trade Google. I use Amazon. So I trade Amazon. I also trade Nvidia, which is in my computer, and Palantir, which I don't use, but it's been doing so well, I've been swing trading it.
Okay. So
I primarily trade things I know.
Oh, all right. All right. Do you ever kind of add another stock to that list of the stocks that you follow regularly?
I do.
Okay.
I do a lot of research. I have a window that has 12 different stocks on it. I called it my holdings watch. Walmart's one of them. I use Walmart.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go anywhere and be in America and be far from a Walmart.
There's a Walmart down in Mexico.
Yeah, we went shopping at a Walmart in Mexico last time we were over there. So, okay. I actually want to talk to you a little bit about what a typical morning in your trading room looks like.
Okay.
So
I do a live trading room every morning at 7:30 California time for 1 hour. We made just over $1,000 this morning. It's by subscription. If you want to come every day, it's by subscription. If you want to come for free, you can come on a Wednesday, watch me trade live. And I start my mornings, every morning I start my morning with prayer, and then I go from there. I ask for guidance, and I try to listen.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Do you have any other parts of your, like for me, if I was going to talk about my morning routine to get ready for work and to get ready for trade, I definitely get up. I try to get to bed early, have some coffee. I could go to the gym. I work out, and I feel like doing those kinds of things on a discipline level kind of help me just kind of prepare mentally for the day.
They do. I go to the gym. The market closes at 1:15 here. I go to the gym and I come back in time for it to open again at 3.
Okay, cool. So do you trade the evening session too? Then I would assume.
No.
Okay. No. What are you doing at 3?
because I like to watch it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not trading it, but I like to watch it.
Okay. Do you ever like kind of some of the activity you see and just kind of break your rules about not trading in the afternoon?
No.
Oh, you,
No, I did that for a while. I was working on an automated strategy for SunnyBands.
mhm.
Let it trade the evening market, and it almost invariably lost money. You know, it
Okay, sure.
just goes sideways for the most part, and the moves are not very large. So, there's only a tick or two to catch. So I don't bother with it.
I gotcha. Do you feel like that discipline helps in your overall trading, sticking to your rules?
Oh yeah, that's an
Okay.
absolute must.
Do
Yeah,
you trade anything in the afternoon, or like is all of your stock trades done in the morning?
all done from 6:30 in the morning to 1:15 p.m.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
then when the after hours starts, I just watch it. You learn a lot by watching the rhythm of the market.
Mhm.
Um, it's important to know about it, even though you're not trading it. It's important to see what's happening. We had a huge dip yesterday.
Mhm.
Happened on one 5-minute bar. It just dropped precipitously. Turns out that was Trump talking about tariffs again. Oh no, what was he talking about? Epstein or tariffs?
He was talking
Oh, he
about
was going to fire the Fed chairman.
right. That's it. He was going to fire Jerome Powell, and then it was
Yes,
just a rumor.
yes, that was a taco trade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You say, and that's kind of interesting because the next question I literally have on my list is you say you don't ever follow the news. I find I look at the news after the market, like why is this stock moving up? Is it,
Yeah,
it must be in the news or something like that. Do
yeah.
you feel like not following the news has ever come back to bite you?
Well, there was one time that it came back to bite me, and that was in 19 something, 89 or 2001, somewhere around in there.
Mhm.
James Baker, who was Secretary of State, came on stage and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I regret." And the market, I lost $13,000 in less than a minute.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was news. That was news that I didn't
What did
know.
he regret?
Well,
I don't remember.
I regret it was the Iraqi war,
Okay.
and he regretted that we had not gotten a peace agreement yet.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So the market just dropped precipitously. I called the floor, which I was calling the floor at the time where there was no electronic trading yet. And I said, "What just happened? I want to go short." And no, I want to get out of my trade because I was short. So I
Mhm.
wanted to get out. And they said, not held, and hung up on me. And
Okay.
so I had to do some research to find out what not held meant, which means they can't be held to a certain price.
Oh, I got you. So
So,
that's interesting.
yeah, so that one was a regret for sure.
Ryan, I know we talked about a few of these, but in the chat, Ryan wants to know what are the stocks that you swing trade? So you said Walmart, you said
Let me bring it up.
Nvidia. I'm trying to remember them.
Palantir,
Palantir, which is the
Microsoft.
okay.
I use Microsoft Word and all the whole suite. Uh, let's see, Walmart, Apple, Dell, PayPal, Starbucks, Amazon, like I said, that one. Tesla, I use as a tradable, not an investment.
Okay.
Tesla goes up and down pretty rapidly, so I trade Tesla even though I don't have a Tesla. Google, Meta, Starbucks, and Microsoft. That's it.
Do you feel like it's important to, when you're swing trading, is it important for you to buy stocks you believe in? Because you said, okay, I specifically don't have a Tesla, but I like the activity. But the rest of them, you made a very big point to say, hey, I use Microsoft Word. I
Mm.
use this. Do you feel like that's important?
Well, it's important to me because I have a feel for the marketability of the underlying. So, I know when Microsoft, for instance, is doing well, and Microsoft Word and the whole Office 365 suite are doing well. Um, if they're doing poorly and you hear all kinds of bad news about the stock itself, then that tells you something. So I'm always asking the question, what is true? What is true of what I'm looking at?
Do you incorporate any type of fundamentals or anything, or are you just just price action?
I'm just price action.
Okay.
I'm a technical analyst.
Can I ask you, do you remember the longest trade you've ever held?
Well, I'm still in some of them,
Okay. All right.
so years.
Oh,
I
this is
also,
a good.
I also trade gold. I really like gold, and I do trade that as well.
Scott wants to know when you're making decisions on a stock on a swing trade. Are you using a daily time frame? Are you looking at a weekly? Is there a combination of time frames that you use? Scott, I like that question. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that question too. On stocks, I trade a daily chart. On the
Okay.
E-mini, I trade a 5-minute chart.
Okay.
So there's a big difference between 5 minutes and 6.5 hours.
Do you are you a believer in looking at higher time frame?
Well, on my trading room, I use a 1 minute, a 5-minute, and a 15-minute.
Okay.
Okay. And then on stocks, which I hold for longer term, I use a daily, a weekly, and a monthly.
Okay. So I would call that a yes. Now,
Definitely.
you primarily make your decisions on the 1 minute, and you just kind of make sure that the daily and the monthly are kind of both looking bullish or bearish, whatever.
I make on the trading room, I make my decisions all on the 5-minute chart.
Okay.
I look at the one to get heads up,
Right.
let's watch this closely. Something's happening. So I trade on the 5-minute on the ES, and I trade on the daily for stocks.
Okay, cool. Perfect. I want to talk to you a little bit about SunnyBands. I love SunnyBands. We've got them on the chart here. I'll go ahead and share my screen just so we can have something to look at while we're talking about it. But Here we've got the SunnyBands. How long ago did you actually create the SunnyBands?
Well, let's see. I started with moving averages. In my first year of trading, I used moving averages. And I found out very quickly. Can you see my mouse?
I can't see your mouse on. No.
Right above the letters DIA, you see how sideways that is?
Right here.
And it goes back, and it continues to the left, and that's just a sideways. So I found early on that I used, I could catch the trends, no problem. And then during the sideways period, I lost all the money that I made in the trend.
Mm-hmm.
So I set out, and this is in 1986, because we'd just gotten technical analysis software for computers. So in 86, I started researching what can I do to keep that sideways period from killing me. And I found out very quickly that what we needed with the moving average was different inputs based on the movement of the market. So it's dynamic moving average because it dynamically calculates its own inputs. So that's what I did in 86. And then by 88, I had it fully developed and had SunnyBands. So I have been trading SunnyBands since 1988 with no changes in the mathematics and no optimization.
Oh, that's incredible. I was going to ask, that was the next question. Have you changed them over time?
No.
So in terms of the other indicators that you use, I'm assuming those came a little bit later, like the DMA histogram.
Yeah.
Okay.
The histogram is actually just the difference between the gold line and the purple line displayed as a histogram. So it's telling me if those two lines are getting closer together or farther apart.
And would it be safe to assume that you would analyze those like you would like a moving average like a MACD? Is it very similar in terms of the way you'd read it? So if it's going up, you're getting more bullish momentum, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and when it turns red, it starts going down, and so we're losing the momentum. And then it turns gold again, we're gaining momentum. Turns red again, we're losing momentum, etc.
Ryan wants to know when your entries are, and I assume they're going to be different. He asks, not she, he asks, do you enter end of day or before the open? And I think that's probably not going to be the case. You're probably going to place them during the day if you're trading on minute bars. But is there a specific timing that you're using? Do you wait till the market's closed?
Let's look at this daily chart right here. You see where the arrow is and there's a red candle?
This one right here?
Yes. And just to the right of that, there's one more red candle. And that red candle, the body goes below the body of the prior candle. So that is, by all rights, a short signal.
Okay.
Now, when it prints at the end of day, I make my trade on stocks the next morning.
Okay. So the next open.
So I always wait for the print.
Okay. I got you. And what about if you're looking at an intraday swing trade or like an intraday trade on the futures?
Same thing. I'm looking for 2 candles to confirm each other, and then I enter on the following candle.
Makes sense. Okay, perfect.
So you have to be sure that it's just printed, because that thing can go from red to green to red to green, and then not print as a sell signal. So you have to wait for the print.
I want to talk to you a little bit about like position sizing. You have a spreadsheet called the Ultimate F spreadsheet.
I do.
And it helps you manage position sizing. Can you kind of talk a little bit about what it does from a perspective of helping you manage your position sizes?
Sure. I listened to Ralph Bentz in a talk many, many years ago, talk about his optimal F. And he has a formula that he develops in his first book where he shows you exactly how to calculate the optimal F, which is, according to him, the optimal fraction at which to trade. So he adds contracts and subtracts contracts in with his formula. So I was one of the few people that remained for his entire talk, because it was very, very mathematical. And I went up to him afterwards and I said, I programmed your formulas into my computer and they're not working right. Something's wrong. And I showed him what I had done, and he said, I've been looking for that error for 2 years. So I said, well, could I program mine and call it Ultimate F instead of Optimal F? He said, sure, no problem. So that my Ultimate F is the optimal fraction at which to trade, but it's far more conservative than his. His almost always reaches risk of ruin by the last trade on the chart, because it's overdone. So mine is more conservative. It still compounds dramatically. You can take a $10,000 account and make it into a $100,000 account just by trading the right number of contracts on each trade. And that's my Ultimate F. It's a spreadsheet, and you just put each of your trades in, and it calculates it automatically for you.
And if somebody wanted to look at that, they could get it at moneymentor.com. Is there a price associated with that spreadsheet?
Yeah, it's expensive because if you're going to make tons of money, then I get my share.
Okay, cool.
So it's expensive. It's like $7,000, I think.
Okay.
Something in that range.
Now, last time we talked, you talked about the 740 trading books you've read, which is a lot.
747 now.
Okay. Do you have a goal of reading like 1 or 2 a month? Like
1 or 2 a week.
1 or 2 a week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say out of those books that you have, and you've obviously got a great recall, out of all those books that you've read, what would you say is the most under the radar gem?
Under the radar, I don't know, but I think the most important book to read first is John Murphy's Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets.
Okay.
I recommend that to everybody as their first book.
What's the second?
Oh, well, Trading 101.
All right. And then followed the SunnyBands one, right? Yes.
Yeah, I've written, I think, 8 books now, and Trading 101, or the rewrite of it, which is called Getting Started in Trading. That's really the better book to buy. And then Trading 102, and then Getting Started in Trading. I said that one, and then Electronic Day Trading 101, and then TradeStation Made Easy.
Okay.
And that one's 746 pages, I think. And then I wrote another one that we released with Sam Tennis, and we released that last August, and it's 1,300 pages.
When's the next one?
Soon.
Okay. All right.
I'm working on grading the Gurus next.
Oh, cool. That'll be an interesting read.
Yeah, so I'm testing different like MACD and moving averages and RSI and stochastics and all those things. And I'm interviewing the creators, those of whom are still alive, of course, and interviewing John Bollinger, for instance, with Bollinger Bands, and testing them to see if they actually make money in any scenarios.
Okay. Fun. And when do you think that when do you think that one will be ready for release?
It'll be a couple of years.
Okay.
It takes 2 to 2.5 years to write a book.
Do you enjoy the process of writing a book?
No.
Okay. Then the obvious follow-up question to that is, then why do you do it?
Because people need to know.
Okay. All right.
I write them. It's a labor of love. I'm a mathematician. I'm not a wordsmith.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a labor of love to get through it. But I enjoy it after it's over a lot.
Yeah, you're like, whew, it's like getting done with a workout. You're like, do I have to do that again today?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you, let's see, let me ask you this. You obviously have a lot of mathematics. Do you feel like that's like extremely helpful for kind of the approach that you've had for the markets? Do you feel like it gets in the way? How do you feel like that mathematics background has helped you?
The main thing that has helped me with my degrees in mathematics is the ability to be logical. Right. So logic is extremely important in trading. The mathematics, I used the mathematics when I was I used second derivatives when I was developing my dynamic moving average and SunnyBands. But you don't need to know much math at all to be logical. You just need to keep your thinking straight and just be logical. Yeah. And don't be emotional.
Where do you think people, obviously, like with all the history you've got in the market, where do you think people get in their own way when it comes to trading?
Well, I saw it this morning in the live trading room. This one woman was asking, should we get in now? Should we get in now? I'm like, no, we just have to wait and watch. So we watched for a while as the market developed this trend, and then we got in. But it's important to get out of your way and not revenge trade. I mean, people revenge trade all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's important not to do that. It's important not to jump in before the move actually is formed.
All right. If you could go back to the age of 30 and give yourself a piece of advice, what would it be?
Retire sooner.
Okay. Well, you're still not retired.
I'm still not retired. I retired at 30. I sold my stock in my company and retired. I was retired for 9 months and thought, this is the most boring thing ever. I got to do something. So that's when I started trading.
I want you to tell me one thing about yourself that you think would surprise me.
Oh, golly. I'm so open about who I am. I don't think
We've known each other for a while too, right?
We have. We've known each other for quite a while. I wouldn't surprise you that I love Yorkies. It wouldn't surprise you that I'm a photographer.
That might surprise me. Actually, I did not know that. I do remember, though, the first time I met you was, I think, at one of the Traders Expos. Yeah. And I remember you had a handbag.
Yes.
And it was a dog carrier. It was a very little. Has your terrier ever placed a trade for you or helped you in the accident?
Well, when she asked me for dog food and I have to pay attention to her instead of the market, I guess she's making a trade for me. Okay. She's not for the best.
She's never got on the keyboard, though.
No. She has buttons that she talks with.
Wow. Okay. That surprises me.
She has little buttons I
know.
Okay, so that's easy buttons.
But explain them anyway, because I know I've seen the Instagram videos and the TikToks with them. Yeah, but for people that may not be familiar with them, talk about what they do exactly.
So you record your own voice on the button. You hold the button down and record your voice. And so I have dog food, water, upstairs, chewy, chips. She says chips whenever she wants what I'm eating.
Okay.
My assistant used to give her potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started calling that button chips. And now whenever she wants what I'm eating, she presses the chips button. And she also has love you.
Oh, I bet that button has to be
Oh,
replace the batteries
that
all the time.
she doesn't use it very often, but when she does, it's
Ah,
vicious.
that's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you have, this is going to jump back a little bit, but I'm kind of curious as to if you have, you said you'd like to look at gold. You're a good gold trader. Let's look at
Mhm.
a gold chart, and then
Yeah.
just tell me what you're kind of thinking about gold right
Well, it's going just as sideways as can be now since
now. Yeah, we had some really good runs earlier this year on gold.
we did, and now it's just sideways. So I'm expecting a little more correction, possibly down to the lower inner band or lower outer band right there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, as soon as it gets down to 3,200, I'm going to buy some more.
Okay.
And I think it'll get there.
Okay. Very cool.
But I buy coins. I don't trade the futures. I actually buy and sit on the coins.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are they buried in your backyard? Because I saw a movie about that once.
No, and I'm not going to tell you where they are.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea on YouTube. So, do you have any advice for traders that aren't necessarily math savvy? You kind of alluded to the fact earlier that you should stay logical when trading.
Right.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, create your rule set. So if you think that the market moves on moving averages, let's say the crossover of two moving averages, then you need to test that. So put it in Metastock, test the rules, and see that they actually work before you trade it. Once you have proven that your rules work consistently, stick with them.
Okay.
Don't second guess your rules. If you second guess your rules, it's because you haven't tested them sufficiently that you can trust them.
Would you say your rules have pretty much stayed the same since the 1980s, or have you found that you've added some stuff in the meantime? Or
I haven't added anything. Trading, when you're doing it right, is boring.
Yeah.
Because you're just repeating the same thing over and over and over again.
Okay. Very cool. What have you ever used AI to help you place a trade?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I've thought about it.
Okay.
I use AI for a lot of things, but not for trading.
Yeah, I used it to come up with this list of questions based on our last interview.
Cool.
But yeah, I was talking to Bernstein. He was in a couple weeks ago, and he had kind of an interesting idea because he does a lot of seasonal takes.
Yes.
And he's like, what do you see as the most seasonal? I'd had to go back and watch the interview, but he's like, what do you see as the most seasonal pattern? He explained kind of the output that he got and kind of how he went in and tested it. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
What do you use AI for on a day-to-day basis if it's not to trading? Or even if it's not day-to-day, when you use AI, what are you generally typically using it for?
Well, I asked AI for a 4-day walking tour of Paris.
Okay.
And
How'd it do?
it was great. I mean, I've been to Paris 13 times, and so I know it really well. But it did all the important stops, and it told you how long it would take to walk from spot to spot. And then you can ask it, well, what hotel is near such and such, and it'll give you the answer to that. I also write a lot of articles, and I use AI to generate the table of contents for the articles.
Do you as we've talked a little bit, you've talked a lot about kind of the travels that you've done, and also I know for a fact you're a prolific worker. So like you like to kind of talk a little bit about how you have the best customer service in the industry. I think we'd tie you for that. But I'm wondering if you do anything very specifically to make sure that you maintain. I think I see some of myself where I had especially a tendency early on to overwork. Is there things that you do to specifically maintain a work to life balance?
Well, closing down my trading at 1:15 and going to the gym is one of those things.
Okay.
I also am a foodie, so I love to go to French restaurants. That maintains my work-life balance. They're expensive, but they're a lot of fun, and I enjoy them. I also collect Chateauneuf de Pape wines. I've actually been to Châteauneuf-du-Pape, which is in the south of France,
Okay.
and I buy them at $50 a bottle imported, and then I save them for years. I collect them. So I went to a French restaurant last year, very exclusive restaurant, $1,000 a person, and I took my own wine and paid the corkage fee. That bottle of wine alone was worth $881.
Okay.
And I cracked it open and we shared it, and it was just wonderful. So I do like to collect wines and go to French restaurants.
Cool. For those people that are in the California, the Southern California area, I believe that's where you're at. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
What is the best French restaurant that you know of?
Well, the one that I went to is called Addison, Addison, and that was exceptional. And then I've been to gastronomic, the high-tech food generation. I went to a restaurant in Chicago. I flew to Chicago just to have dinner there. And it was an exceptional restaurant too. And it was called Alinea, Alinea.
Cool. Get back to kind of the trading, and the trading room particularly. Do you find that a lot of the people that come into the trading room have a lot of trading experience? Are they fairly new to trading? Can you kind of give me an idea of kind of who you're working with?
I'm usually working with people who are not doing very well.
Okay, yeah.
Not really.
Obviously.
They're not really new to trading because they've been trying it for quite some time and not succeeding. So they come to watch me do it so I can tell them what I do. And they're not novices, but they're not winners yet. So
Right. Okay.
I like to work with those people.
Yeah. And why? Why do you like to work with those people?
Because I like to see them do well.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to help them so that they can succeed. And I have quite a few people who have sent me emails or called me up and said, "Thank you, I'm doing really well now." I mean, I've got several clients that are millionaires now just because of SunnyBands.
Now, do you feel like these people that are kind of coming to you, do you feel like they're working on refining their own trading strategy, or are they more kind of gravitating towards SunnyBands and what you're doing?
Well, both things. I mean, I do have people that say, I've got my own system and it works, and so I want to trade that. I don't want a SunnyBands. But, I've tested everything that's available in the way of indicators, and the only thing that I have found that works consistently is SunnyBands. So a lot of people will call and get SunnyBands. I give a free trial, a 7-day free trial.
Mhm.
And during that time, I work with you on 2 different separate Zoom calls, one to help you install it, and the second one to trade in the live markets together. And of course, you can come to my Wednesday morning live trading room. I can give you 2 free guest passes. But if it ain't broke, why fix it?
When you have new traders, what would you say is the biggest mistake or two that they make?
Rushing into trades.
Okay.
They want to push the button. It's very exciting. There's a lot of activity going on. They want to push the button.
There's almost a bit of an endorphin release.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Problem is that losing trades are more exciting than winning trades because they're scary. Yeah. They make lots of adrenaline.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The winning trade. Yeah. I think the worst thing that can happen to a trader that's just starting, and maybe this should be something we study, but I think the worst thing that they could have is a really big win right out of the gate.
That's right.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to in trading? Any tools that are coming out or any research that's becoming available? Anything at all?
I do a podcast where I interview famous traders and get to know them as real people.
Mm-hmm.
And the podcast I did most recently was with Michael Leidick.
Okay.
And he's got a software called Back to the Future Trading.
Okay.
And he puts up specific points where the market is going to go. And it's amazingly accurate. amazing to
Okay.
watch it go right. So he does time and price both on a chart, and it's just kind of astonishing.
I'll have to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Cool. What is one thing that you think nobody should forget while they're trading?
Mm. Patience. Patience is the one thing that you need to be a good trader.
When is your next holiday?
My next holiday, August the 23rd, I'm going back to Mexico.
Oh, fun. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I think that's what I've got for you, Sunny. I want to thank you for coming in here. I want to remind, yeah, of course. I want to remind everybody, let me just kind of get my screen up again here. You can find Sunny at, got it right here, Money Mentor.
Don't be afraid to give me a call. I mean,
Every time I call you, you answer. But I try and call after market hours.
that helps. That helps.
And not when you're not in the chat room. So you can give her a call, 760-908-3070. You can text her. That will get and ask her to kind of get the room access. If you're interested in the 7-day trial, you can contact for Metastock. You can contact us at Metastock. If it's for any other of the other platforms, you can go to moneymentor.com. You can email her. She's very, very responsive on email, sunny@moneymentor.com. Anything else you'd like to add while I've shown all of your details?
I didn't know what Sonny J. Harris X was. I'm like, is that a
Twitter, yeah.
cancellation or what?
Yeah. Here was too.
I'm not much of a Twitter user.
Okay. Would you say that you post more on Facebook? Because I have seen your Facebook posts.
Yeah, I post primarily on Facebook, LinkedIn, and then my Substack.
Okay. And that again was Substack.
So I'm posting every afternoon on Substack.
And that's TRCG Sunny. If you go to Substack.com.
TCRG, Traders Catalog and Resource Guide.
Ooh.
TCRG. Sunny.substack.com.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have to go up there and search for it. Okay. I got that right, and it's less dyslexic this time. All right, very cool. I want to really thank you, Sunny, for spending some time with us. And
absolutely, my pleasure, Jeff.
If you haven't yet, if you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe. It helps a great deal. I appreciate it. If you have suggested guests you'd like me to see or whatever, I'd also encourage you to join the community. We've been growing the community for about a year, maybe longer. We've got about 1,000 members. There's an active chat where you can talk about stocks that you're interested in. Lots of resources available. TheTradersForum.com.
And I get on there from time to time and answer questions too.
You should get on there more often. We love it when you pop in.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sunny. I'll see you. Stay healthy, stay well, stay learning. That's one thing I think I'll take away from today's podcast is, stay learning. Thanks for coming.
That's a good one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.